Because today is day 6 of new ENDF offensive on TDF positions in Amhara region. I have some updates for you. 6 days ago, when this offensive started, if you remember, I told you about another offensive in Oromia. Back then, Oromia regional forces had launched a major attack on Oromo Liberation Army in southern Oromia. So two offensives were underway simultaneously, one in Oromia, in southern Oromia against OLA, and the other in Amhara against Tigray Defense Force. Oda Turbi, spokesperson of OLA, has issued a statement about the offensive launched by government forces in Guji. We have some updates about that attack, that operation against OLA. Then I'll brief you about operation in Amhara. We have some updates from Woldia, Gashena, Amdework, and some areas to the north and west of Gashena. Firstly, viewers, Oda Turbi, spokesperson of Oromo Liberation Army, says that the new offensive launched by government forces against Oromo Liberation Army has failed. He claims that between the 1st and the 8th of October, government forces launched operations against OLA in several parts of Guji zone, in Goro Dola, Liban, Gumi El Dalo, and several other places of Guji. This new offensive was launched. But Oda Turbi says that this new offensive has failed. More than around 600 government soldiers have been killed, and around 800 have been injured so far in this offensive. So this is OLA's claim. We have some updates about fighting in Velaga as well. In the next video, we'll talk about that. Some civilians have been killed in Velaga too. Second words, new ENDF offensive in Amhara region, day 6. We have some updates. Firstly, Woldia front. I won't discuss Dasi in this video. Maybe in the next video we'll talk about Dasi. Woldia is very important because once you're in control of Woldia, it means you can then advance towards Kobo, towards Gashena. What's happening there on Woldia front? ENDF Amhara forces, they tried to advance towards Woldia from 3 directions. From Shifra, Afar side, from Shifra towards Haro, and from Dasi towards Marsa, and thirdly from the east, from the west, from Ambasal towards Woldia. So far, what we have learned is that there is no considerable advance from ENDF Amhara forces towards Woldia. Woldia is still under TDF control. In fact, to the east of Woldia, TDF is making gains. It is conducting shelling on Shifra, on some areas inside Afar as well. And some heavy shelling is being reported on Afar-Amhara border. From Haro, TDF is conducting artillery strikes. Inside Afar, artillery strikes are also being carried out from Haro viewers. And Afar-Amhara border areas are the places where artillery strikes are underway, and TDF is trying to move towards these border areas. Finyano, Chobi, Kilava, we have heard some reports about artillery strikes close to these places. Has TDF launched a major ground operation towards Shifra? It's not clear, but artillery strikes have been carried out on Shifra as well. Shifra is very important because we know That Shifra is on Afar-Amhara border. And the road which links Woldia with Shifra, the same road links Shifra with Mile, with Ethiopia Djibouti road. Shifra is not under TDF roads, but reportedly TDF could launch a ground offensive towards Shifra. But Shifra is under heavy artillery strikes from Tigray Defense Force. TDF is trying to keep this road, Shifra-Woldia road, under artillery shelling. It does not want any ground forces from afar to advance towards Haro from Shifra side. Woldia still under TDF control. From Ambasal, from the west side towards Woldia, we did not see any advance yesterday. In fact, no fighting has been reported in Ambasal over the last 24 hours. In Delanta, in Ambasal, reportedly no fighting occurred within the last 24 hours. So ENDF's ground offensive towards Woldia from Ambasal and from afar, it has suffered some setbacks. According to my information, Woldia is very much secure. No signs of ENDF Amhara forces getting close to Woldia. Secondly, was Gashena front. Yesterday I told you about Arbit to the west of Gashena, which is under ENDF control. From Arbit, ENDF was trying to move towards Gashena. Gashena is still under TDF control, viewers, and fighting is going on to the north and west of Gashena in Debeko, Kurisa and Taja mountainous areas. These mountainous places are still contested. Gashena under TDF. To the west of Gashena, ENDF have made some gains, but Gashena, Lalibela, they are still under TDF control. Amdework, viewers, Amdework Waghimra. Here, reportedly, ENDF has made some gains. I have been reporting about ENDF small gains in Amdework. If you remember, yesterday, day before yesterday, I told you about 3 small places coming under ENDF control. Now today ENDF claimed that entire Amdework town is under ENDF control, and from here ENDF is trying to move towards Sikota. ENDF is far away from Sikota, but there is very considerable presence of ENDF Amhara forces in Amdework. Let me sum up today's report, viewers. Woldia under TDF from the east, west and south. ENDF advance has been checked towards Woldia. Gashena under TDF to the west of Gashena, some gains by Ethiopian National Defense Force Amhara forces. Amdework, here reportedly ENDF has made some gains. Amdework town is under the control of ENDF Amhara forces. Lastly, fighting could spread towards Afar-Amhara border areas. Heavy shelling from Tigray Defense Force towards these border areas. Shifra, Iva, in these waradas of, in these places of Afar, there has been some heavy shelling. TDF could launch a ground offensive towards Shifra. Shifra has not been taken by Tigray Defense Force so far. Conflicting reports about Marsa, viewers. ENDF say they're in control of Marsa. No confirmation about Marsa. We'll talk about Dasi in the next video, viewers. Thanks for watching.